to watch Symposium. I'm Austin. All right, so every time I get a watch-related purchase, I feel like I should unbox it on camera, and today's no exception. Now, this purchase was prompted by a video from Paul Thorpe, and I'm sure you guys will understand when you see what it is. And so this came from Belarus, and this is the strap that goes with it. And the object in question is in here. Okay, this is wrapped pretty well and need some scissors. I've started it. All right, so this is the brand Belomo. Does anybody know what this is? Anybody who's gotten on eBay and has shopped for one of these probably has come across this brand. And it seems like it's got a pretty good reputation, but it's not too expensive. This was about $40-something. Of course, you can get better rated ones for $400, but I was looking for something sort of cheaper, but a little bit better than, say, the $10 or $20 ones you get from China. So made in Belarus. And there you go, it's a loop. And it was a very useful video by Paul Thorpe because I've been shopping in Nakano in Japan, and I've asked about watches, you know, has this been polished? And the guy's gotten one of these out, and then he's looked at it, and then he's handed it to me, and just like a noob, I was looking at it sort of in a distance like this instead of putting it up to my eye. So it was a pretty informative video of Paul's, and this will be fun to use, and I'll enjoy going and employing this when I check out watches. I could have really used this when I bought that last GMT Master 2. Now, they say that you probably shouldn't check out your own watches with a loupe. I think there's a saying in, I want to say it's in Japan or China, before you get married, eyes wide open. After you get married, keep one eye shut. And I think that's because once the deal is done, you sort of need to keep one eye shut to not see any of the flaws. And the deal is very done with this watch. So to go and look at it under the loupe could expose some imperfections. And, you know, through the Rolex forum, I've seen people say, you know, the worst thing a person can get after they've bought a watch is a loupe. But will I check this watch out with a loupe? Of course, probably. But that's okay. That's all right. Now, while I'm here, let's take a look at this watch, because I was looking at it earlier and I thought, hey, let's just go through and look at some of the wear. I wear this watch a lot. It's sort of like my beater of my Rolexes, and you know, I treat it a lot differently than pretty much any of my other Rolexes. Even the second GMT Master 2 that I got, which sort of you know, was intended to really be as usable as this. Well, it's not. Let me give you some sort of, I don't know if it's good advice, but some advice that you won't take, and I sure as hell wouldn't take it, but it's just worth considering. Now, when I bought this watch, I wasn't even sort of up on the idea of polishing or not. And so I looked at it, it had been polished, third-party polish, and looked good to me. And so, like many newbies, I bought it. And after the fact, I realized, okay, well, there's polishing, there's Rolex polishing, there's third-party polishing, and you really want either no polish, or you want, at worst, a Rolex polish. And some would say that, a sympathetic third-party polish is fine as well, but I would be inclined to disagree with that, because I don't think they can do as good a job as Rolex, because Rolex apparently employs a machine to keep it perfectly, stationary, and to get those edges perfect. I mean, you're talking perfection when Rolex does the polish. But, of course, I don't even want the Rolex to do a polishing on, say, an unpolished piece, okay? But what I definitely don't want is a third party sort of just kind of going under the brush. Okay, just eyeballing it. Okay, a little bit more. Okay, it's not going to get perfectly symmetrical like that. But here's the advice that I'm sure you won't take. If you really want to watch that you enjoy, go for, well, I want to say a crappy piece, but go for a piece that has been polished, and maybe badly polished. I know that's crazy, but I wouldn't say this is a badly polished piece. But my point is that my first GMT Master 2 never been polished, my second never been polished, and my sub has been polished by Rolex. And so those, for me, are a little bit less usable. Whereas this is, I feel like in the future I kind of want Rolex to polish it and have it get a Rolex polish. But until then, I feel I can use it, and I'm totally. I care about the watch. I don't abuse it, but it's just so usable, and I can't tell you how much I enjoy this watch. And it would be completely different if I had realized after the fact that it was an unpolished piece, because I wouldn't use it in the same way. And so it seems crazy advice, and it is, but if you really want a usable watch, go out and get something really, quote, used. And you're probably not going to, you're probably not going to care about if it gets marred or not. I think when we go out, we want to get the best example possible. Of course, I mean, I do too. But if you do, and it's, say, an unpolished piece, you might not use it in the same way. You might not have as much fun with it. And I'm telling you, I have so much fun with this watch. I mean, it's my horological soulmate, basically. And I'm 100% comfortable with this watch. And it's because it has had that third-party polish. And the ironic thing is, if it had been unpolished, I wouldn't be having as much fun with it right now. Now, is that to say that if I could go back in time, would I prefer to have gotten a polished piece? Yes, I would. I mean, you'd be crazy to decide to do otherwise, but the fact of the matter is, I wouldn't be as comfortable with it. I wouldn't have as much fun with it. So it's just interesting, and I hesitate to give advice like go get a crappy watch, because go get a crappy Rolex, go get a beat up Rolex, go get a badly polished, totally uncollectible Rolex. But in a way, if you follow that advice and you just love the watch, then you'll have so much fun with it. You'll enjoy wearing it, and the whole idea of retaining its value, and whether it's going to become collectible, and whether prices are going to go up, and all that nonsense just goes out the window. And it's something I don't think about with this watch. And in a way, it's just a much more honest and good relationship I have with this watch versus something like the first GMT Master 2, or even the second GMT Master 2 when I found out it hadn't been polished. It's sort of like, oh God, you're Okay, you've been unpolished. Well, badly put. You are unpolished, and maybe I should keep you a little nice. So anyway, that's not to say that I baby the GMT Master 2. No, I still wear that with abandon, but nothing like this. I mean, I put it down like this at night. That's right. That's right. Do I care about this hitting the back? I don't. I just, I use it the way most non-watch people use a Rolex, and I just have fun with it. Anyway, okay, rant over. I'm going to Fukuoka soon, and when I go, I'm going to take the GMT Master 2, and while I'm in Fukuoka, I'm going to let RSC take a look at this and check out the seals, because in September, I'm going to go to Southeast Asia, and I'm not saying I'm meeting up with Matt Stevens, and I'm not saying I am. Put it that way. For anybody with a psycho girlfriend, let me just say I'm categorically not meeting Matt Stevens in September. That's right. I'm going there specifically to not meet Matt Stevens because he won't be there. Okay. So now that that's clarified, when I go, this watch is probably going to see some seawater, some pool water, and so I want to make sure the seals are okay. And I wore it in the shower the other day, and well, it looks fine. I don't see any problems, and I think it is fine, but I just would feel comfortable if Rolex checked it out. I'll probably have them see if it's magnetized. They can tell me if it is, and I don't know if they can rectify it without a service or not. Probably they could. I don't know if they will, though. But I'll ask them that too, and that will allow me to not worry about it while I'm in Fukuoka, because they'll have it, and the rest of the watches are in bank safe. So that'll best people will get is a couple of Seiko 5s. So that's my reason for wanting to take it before I go to Fukuoka to the Rolex Service Center. So anyway, just real quick, let's look at it. Hey, there I am. Oh, look at that bald head. All right, it's got some. I've got a pair of white gloves on the ready right here, and I'm not even wearing them. In fact, why not? I got them out. And let's do this watch wanker style. You guys don't want to see fingerprints, do you? We don't want to mistake smears and fingerprints for actual wear. No. We don't want to do that. All right. There we go. All right, so what kind of wear has this endured? Well, let's look. You see some wear on that lug right there. This part of the case, some hairline scratches, right, is what I'm saying. Middle part looks all right. Yeah, not too scratched up right there. I think there's a little hairline scratch. Let's look at the bezel. I hit this thing all the time. No, look, at the 12. I think I remember doing that at the sports club, hitting it into the steel locker. There's a ding on that left lug right there. I've noticed that before. And it's interesting because I really am looking at this and I'm finding these little faults with it, and it's just like, yeah, I don't care. And that's what having a watch you're comfortable with makes you feel, whereas if I were looking at my first GMT unpolished box and papers piece, I wouldn't be, not caring about those little imperfections and whatnot. So yeah, I mean, I could drop this tomorrow and it could get a mar on the side. I gotta be honest, I don't think I would care. Wouldn't drop it on purpose. I wouldn't want that on purpose, but not caring at all. All right, that is the 17. You can see some scratches there. Okay, at the 21, a little bit of a scratch on the bezel. I'm looking at the bezel here. Okay, it seems to me on the 24 there are quite a few. All right, at the 1, a little bit of a scratch there. Yeah. Let's look at the side. Okay, yeah, right up here, some scratches. The middle part, not so much. Yeah, some wear. Part of me doesn't even want to have it polished. Oh, hey, how can we forget this Mar? I mean, this one has a story right there. At the park with my daughters, I brushed it against a stone wall, and boy, that would have been a devastating little accident if I'd been wearing my GMT Master 2, the first one. But you know what? It wasn't, because this is a beater of sorts. Now, when it comes to the bracelet, there's a lot of scuffs and marks. And I love it. I really got to be honest. I mean, I like the fact that this is have some marks. And you can see some marks where the flip lock has flipped up and hit the bracelet. You can see that line right there where the watch actually damages itself with a little help from me. And then the clasp is pretty marked up there. I don't know. I'm really on the fence if I should have it polished during its next overhaul. I'm thinking I would like just to let it go and just throughout the years just see what it looks like. You know, in 10 years, 15, what's it going to look like? How beat to hell will it be? There you go. All right. My horological soulmate. This is what it is. And boy, I love this watch, and it's just so usable. And it's because I happen to get one that, strangely enough, I don't respect as much because it's got the third-party polish. So for what that's worth, I don't know. I mean, maybe that's some advice there for you. You know, there's maybe two types of buy-in. There's, hey, buy it to wear it and love it and enjoy it and use the hell out of it. Maybe there's that buy-in. And maybe there's the buy-in to stick it in your dry box and hoard it and think about the beautiful, perfect box and papers, unpolished piece you have and enjoy it in that sense. Yeah, there you go. Hey, thanks for watching. Take care, and leave your comments in the comment section. Do you have a fine watch that you just use the hell out of and enjoy? I tell you, this is what it's all about. All right, is hoarding a damn GMT Master 2 what it's all about? Well, it's what it's become, but this watch is what it's all about. Thank you, Explorer 2. Take care. Thanks for watching. See you next time. ArchieLuxury salted caramel ice cream. There can be just one.